What's poppin', y'all? So today we're gonna be looking at the curious case of 3 Chiefs fans that were found expired in a friend's frozen yard, as well as some new reports that's coming out saying that there has been some toxicology, some substance use involved in it. Story basically Ricky Johnson, David Harrington, and Clayton McGinn's bodies, pictured down here, were found discovered on January 6th, about 2 days after they gathered at their friends Jordan Willis's home to watch a Kansas City Chiefs game 2 days prior. Now, at the time of this recording, this is still an active exploration investigation. There's no indication of foul play. There's no indication that this is a murder mystery and all this. Just coming from John Pasterno's, which is Willis's attorney, basically his client were unaware of his friends, unaliving, as well as they're anxiously waiting the results of the autopsy and toxicology report. Now, the autopsy report is still being conducted. That's going to take a few more weeks, maybe a few more months for them to conclude, but the toxicology report has been leaked. Fox 4 in Kansas City, not to confuse the one in Dallas, basically reached out to sources, and the report has detailed several substances, including cocaine and fentanyl, were found in the men's systems. Now, before anybody get, everything in the naughty whitey, whatever, this is still not a concrete proof of expiration. This is just pretty much a working theory. This is just an early onset toxicology report. This is not an actual autopsy report where it actually gives concrete, conclusive cause of expiration. But any indication, Willis is cooperating with police. He's helped throughout the whole investigation. I think to also note, there was also a 5th friend that was found in the house that is also cooperating with police. Basically, his working alibi is that he left around 11 p.m. The 4 people were playing Jeopardy and all that, and basically he decided to leave and never saw them again until this happened. And so I just want to say all that before I go into my next point, and that is that if it is found to be actually true that these substances were found in their systems at the time of their unaliving, then it makes a lot of sense about the manner of their expiration, because like I said, Kansas City is notoriously cold. Like, they've been getting cold winters throughout years and years now, and many Kansas City natives, like these men, know how to survive and all that. And so for them to be found in the manner in which they did, there had to be some type of other factor involved with it. And the logic theory could be they were either intoxicated or there was some type of substance in their body. That is just my personal opinion. I'm not like a detective and all that, don't quote me on that. As well as there hasn't been another big update in the case, in the fact that the actual friend Jordan Willis, who hosted the watch party, has actually checked himself into rehab. Jordan Willis, 38, is facing his addiction head on. A source say calling the unaliving of his friends an enormous wake-up call. After the shocking loss of his 3 close friends under extremely tragic circumstances, Jordan recognizes that he had a problem with addiction, that he needs to get his help and really just get it sorted out. Willis, who was wearing underwear and holding a wine glass when police arrived, claimed to have been asleep for nearly 2 days and said he did not recognize his friends were unalived outside. And by all indication, like I said, he has been helping the police. He's been doing what he can, and basically, if it is definitely true that he actually did check himself into rehab and that he's doing this, then that is also an indication that substances were probably involved in this case, and the potentiality that a lot of the victims were also having some form of addiction to substances. Now, I don't know if it's just alcohol, I don't know if it's just other stuff, but we don't know until we actually get a actual cause of expiration from the coroner's report. But obviously, with a case like this, especially with the Kansas City Chiefs, they've been getting a lot of like bad publicity all year from a number of things. There's gonna be a lot of speculation, a lot of like quote unquote true crime experts trying to come out of the woodwork trying to figure this out. But just getting some of the reactions from the families. Families are frustrated. Obviously, their loved one were unalived. They don't know answers. They think the police is working slow, and it's just like they're just trying to figure out what happened, because this was your run-of-the-mill watch party that you're supposed to come home from, and now 3 people aren't alive. Like, what the heck is happening? To go more into that, Johnson's brother, or one of his brothers, also claims that there may have been something other than alcohol Just quoting him directly, if I were to give a hypothesis for the 3 men to die in the way that they did, something had to been in their systems, but something was taken because 3 grown men do not freeze to death at the temperature in the manner that they did without something else playing a part into it. And I see his work, I see his theory, because honestly, you know, a lot of stuff, a lot of coincidences are happening right now, and it's just like, you know, things might not be adding up to a lot of people. But if in fact that fentanyl was a big contributor to like the unaliving of these individuals, it brings a grim reminder that the US is still in an active opioid crisis. Just looking at the numbers from 2022, synthetic opioids, which fentanyl is, has caused about 1,500 unalivings just in Missouri alone. Just going through the trend has been steadily rising throughout the years, especially during the pandemic. Just going around looking at these numbers, basically, you know, synthetic non-heroin opioids are the main drivers of unalivings in most of the age groups. So it's just a grim situation to begin with. It's just, you know, a reminder that you need to be careful out there. This is the point of having testing your, you know, substances. I'm not trying to say you need to use certain substances, but it's just one of those things. If you're going to use them, please be safe about it. One thing that's helpful to know, at least for Texas residents, we do have a standing order of naloxone, the antigen that, you know, you use it to counteract opioid overdose. Basically, if you can get a physician's approval, you can go get a, you know, pharmacist to distribute or dispense this, you know, naloxone to you. I encourage y'all to have it on standby. I'm planning on having it at my apartment just in case something does happen. But at the end of the day, we are getting to a grim pattern with, you know, the war on drugs, to a point where it's just like, you know, people are dropping, you know, left and right due to opioid use. But all this to say that we're reaching a grim point in the opioid crisis, to where people are dropping like left and right, and that we need to come up with some different solutions to prevent it, because it's not only a strain on society or its resources. You know, the police is now doing an active, you know, exploration investigation, trying to figure out what happened that could probably be the cause of fentanyl. But addiction, no matter if it's like to substances, no matter if it's to like things like sugar, fast food, or just to anything in general, that is a human thing. And, you know, while, you know, I don't think, you know, it's okay to be addicted to certain substances and all that, people shouldn't lose a life over it, and that we need to start actually treating addiction at the root cause of it, which I believe is mental health. That is a whole nother topic for another day. But pretty much, you know, this is just a grim reminder that, you know, you really need to be looking out for your loved ones. You really need to be taking the precautions to protect yourself, you know, if you do want to partake in these activities. And it's just one of those things where it's just, we need to actually like create comprehensive solutions towards these issues. But with that being said, that has been Pop Health for today. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that wonderful good stuff. Also note is that I've been gone for almost a week. That is because I needed me a break. I've been very bogged down with work, school. I'm trying to get, you know, things taken care of around the house and all that. And, you know, it was not the week for me to really like to upload script or do content or really into the news. And so I just want to say that now that I'm back in school, these breaks are going to be more frequent. But definitely want to say that I'm trying to get back in the studio. I'm trying to do better, trying to like improve the content, all that stuff. A lot of banger stuff is coming out, especially when we talk about public health issues that are relevant to the day. And so definitely, you want to look at more of my content, please look at the video right here. Other than that, stay warm, stay frosty, depending on what part of the country you're in, and peace out.